What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. Happy Friday to all of you. Welcome back. It's gonna be a new ticker next week, and also for all my friends who are near and far, Happy Lunar New Year, Happy Chinese New Year, Gong Xi Fa Cai, and yeah, I hope you guys have a prosperous year of the ox. It's definitely going to be an interesting year this year. As 2020 passed by like a breeze, we're already in February, and here we are midway through February almost. So, you know, just wishing all my friends a very, very prosperous new year ahead. Hope you guys make lots of money. In Chinese, they say, what? Good luck to you guys, and hope that you guys are the pinkest of health this coming year and whatnot. Just want to also keep you guys in the loop. EGA has now moved to a rolling enrollment. So those of you who have been wanting to sign up for the beginner's course and never got a chance, well, here is your chance. You can go visit the link in the link that is pinned in the chat. The link that is pinned in the chat, and you'll come to this page right here, where we kind of break everything down for you with the course that is up and coming. And also, you can download our free 2021 Secular Trends Report. If you scroll down here, you'll get all the information for the course. Is this you? Does this sound like you? A person that wants to create another stream of income, have been trading but ending up flat or losing money, would like personal guidance and mentorship with a professional trader such as myself, who has been in this market for 9 years, looking for a comprehensive course that covers everything from stocks to options trading, and tired of trading alone but you want to be a part of a community. Well, look no further. EGA now is going to be embarking on a rolling enrollment for wave number 16. 5-day course. You can now start enrolling. Enrolling is already live. It's going to be live for another 24 days or so. And this is what our course includes. 5 days of live classes, one-on-one mentorship, learn how to find your edge in the market, live trading sessions, because we don't believe in recorded videos. And you will get them recorded eventually anyway. Strategies on writing your winners longer. And you can read a bit more about myself, what is my experience, why you should trust me to teach you, and a little bit about my journey, so you can go read up on what has made me come to this part of my life. So here's kind of what our curriculum is, what we'll cover in this 5-day course, and a little bit from our alumni. You can watch a little video that we put together, some testimonials from recent students, and of course some frequently asked questions about the course. And so on the bottom of the page here, you'll find the 2021 top secular trends report, which are the top 3 secular trends. I put this report together pretty fairly. I'm pretty proud of it. So definitely go put your name down, put your address, and get that report. It might take a couple minutes to get to you, but definitely you'll be able to receive it, and make sure you download it and save it so that you can read our report on it. So I hope you enjoyed that one. It's a little bit of a tidbit for you guys. This is going to be ahead of the yearly report that's going to be put out very soon as well. Good morning. How are you guys doing? What's up, Landon? Good morning, man. Andrew, Mark, Seabass, what's up, Vida? Welcome. Keston, Susie, Kyle, Saul, what's up from Madrid? Nice to have you here. Santosh, Cameron, Ram. Yes, please don't forget to smash the like button. So good morning to all of you guys. T, so it's a fundamental course replacing the beginner's course. Well, we just renamed it actually. So what's going to happen now, it's the fundamental course is going to be pretty much like a combination of the beginner's course plus the fundamental analysis. So that's what this is going to be now. So if you go on the courses, you'll see beginner here, and this beginner course is actually going to be the fundamentals of trading course. So that's just a renaming of the course, so just to make things a bit more comprehensive. We do believe that these are seriously the fundamentals of trading, and so therefore I felt like it's more synonymous to name this fundamentals of trading rather than a beginner's course. I think this just makes it more comprehensive in terms of what we're teaching. So all of these things will be taught to you, and I think it's just a great way to kind of summarize everything. All right, awesome. Let's see here. Make sure you guys put your new tickers in the chat. Let's see here. We have already Exxon and NUE, NUE. Okay. Can we do a wheat stock for a new ticker? If the wheat stock has about more than 5 years of fundamentals, like a balance sheet and stuff like that, then yeah, we can consider it. It kind of depends on which one, I think. It just depends. I wouldn't be opposed to doing one, but as long as we get enough votes on it, then yeah, sure. Okay, in news today. Not much on Bloomberg and stuff like that. Market's been trading relatively flat. I'm not sure if you guys realize this. Volume has been pretty low these past few days. Now, I've mentioned this before on the live stream. I don't know if you guys remember. Pretty long ago, when volume starts to dip like this, when the market starts to dip on low volume, decreasing volume, that means a big move is coming. Now, whether it's a big move to the downside or a big move to the upside, I do not know. No one can predict the markets. No one can say where we're gonna go, right? But we always just do our best to remain hedged and try to ride the market waves. As such, right now, portfolio is not looking extremely good this week. Why? Because the market has been trading flat, and we took some positions yesterday, the day before, for upside, and then we have been hedging to the downside as well. So all in all, everything is red. Every single one of my trades are red. But does this define my portfolio? No, it doesn't, because I know that this is a temporary situation, right? So. Obviously this week has been a little bit of a weird one, right? And even yesterday upon the market sell-off, these hedges were not really, VIX wasn't really spiking as much as I wanted it to, which it could have. But you know what? It is what it is. You got to just ride the market waves out, and sometimes you're going to be out of sync, and you're going to have to make adjustments, okay? And that's how it goes. We're, of course, going to remain hedged. I already told you guys that I will be hedging, and we hedged literally, I added more to my hedges, like up here somewhere. So we're going to remain hedged through February. As I have mentioned in the weekly report on the Discord, February is going to continue to be a month of volatility, which is what I seek. So in this entire month, I will be remaining hedged and see what is going to happen all the way at least till, I want to say the next 2 weeks or so easily. And then I'll decide what to do with my hedges somewhere in the next week or the week after. But I have a feeling something weird's about to happen, sometime between now and the 2 weeks from now. It just seems a little weird. And historically, February is a month of correction. I'm not saying that it will happen. What I'm saying is statistically it does happen. So we'll see if that actually does come to fruition. As far as headlines go, not really interesting headlines today. Out of it's mostly on Bloomberg. It's just mostly news from all over the world. I do see some things that are worthy of investments right now, which I'll go through in a second. As we see on the Wall Street Journal here, GameStop mania highlights shift to dark trading. Why women investors won't embrace stocks. The Zillow fantasy could end in rude awakening. Okay. Stock futures tick lower after S&P 500 closes a record high. The news is obviously always behind here. Just reading it for entertainment purpose. Yeah. So the other thing is the market seems to be waiting, or rather, sorry, the news seems to be waiting to cycle through some negative news. I'm not sure if you guys see it, but we're kind of like inching towards some negative news cycles, and we've been having nothing but positive news cycles for a long time. And so I think it's starting to come to that point where we need some negative news cycles to come through, and then the market starts there seems to be that spike with the irrationality the other way completely. We had irrationality to the upside, and now we may have irrationality to the downside. So we take the staircase up, but we take the elevator down, right? And so be careful of that. Obviously I'm not saying that it's 100% going to happen. You have to be ready for it. That's all I'm saying. So make sure that you are hedged. Hedging is a part of doing business. If you're running a business, you need to make sure that your business is protected from all angles. So for your portfolio, make sure that you allocate a specific percentage of it towards hedges, so that if anything happens, your insurance contracts pay out. All right, perfect. So let's see here. Yeah, nothing much on even Wall Street Journal here, honestly. And you can see here from the heat map, we aren't really trading much to the upside or downside. Disney up like 1.65%. Muted. PayPal up about 2%, and then VRSN, whatever that is trading a little up. News Corporation, and what is this? Mohawk Industries. Those are the only ones up. You have Albemarle. Yeah, not really that many names that are trading very bullish today. So market's trading pretty flat. It feels like we're waiting for something to happen. I feel like everybody knows that something's about to happen, and you're just waiting. So, all in all, not really that much to go through today, honestly. But I will go through what I do see as some possible plays that come in, that will be forming in the next few weeks, and so I'll give you guys a little bit of an insight on it. Sundial growers down now to $1.97. This was up at like, I don't know, $3 or $4 a few days ago, a day or two back. What else here? China liberal education, whatever this is. Okay. Inovio is up 21%. Today we have a FOMC member speaking and consumer sentiment expectations for Michigan, inflation numbers for them. Mercado Libre will be posting earnings. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Whew. Not sure why I have ticklish nose today. CCL down about 2%. Travel stocks kind of trading flat. Apple flat. Disney on good earnings. Pfizer flat. Everything else flat. Tesla flat. PayPal flat. PayPal up 3%, I guess, on good earnings. What else? PayPal. Okay, nothing else here. NASDAQ, nothing. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know. Like, really not much here. HubSpot up 20% on this side. Let's see. VeriSign. Okay, this is the one that does payment processing. Lionsgate Entertainment. Okay. Space down 7%. Might be a good idea to pick up some on the dip. Let's have a look. Yeah, this has been in a solid uptrend and now retraced a little bit. Seems interesting. May consider it to the upside soon, but I don't know. Down 8%. We'll see what happens. Net Cloudflare down 6% as well. All right. In other news, Biden to press for a $1.9 trillion COVID relief plan with governors, and then Trump's defense will make the case for his acquittal in the Capitol riot. U.S. House Committee approves another $14 billion for pandemic-hit airlines, and Australia to introduce landmark Google, Facebook legislation to Parliament next week, which will, kind of force these people to pay publishers and broadcasters for content. What else? Yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it. Treasury yields, same story. Continues to stabilize but fall. We'll see if we can continue here. We're at the 1.16 level here now. We were at the 1.09 level. This will definitely keep risk on until we see treasury rates start to fall. And let's have a look at if any of these insiders have been selling anything. Charles Schwab, Adobe, okay. Charles Schwab director sold some of his shares. This guy from Nike, Crane Hillary. That must be a lady, maybe. Mark Zuckerberg selling more of his Facebook shares. Let's see. Okay. Twitter. CFO. Lisa Su selling some AMD shares. Bunch of AMD shares being sold, actually. Oh, wow. Interesting. Morgan Stanley. Tesla director Gracias Antonio sold 150,000 shares. That's a lot of money too. Sheesh. $127 million. Wow. Musk Kimball. That's Elon Musk's brother. He sold 30,000 shares for 25 million. And once again, Zuckerberg also unloading more shares here. Square president CEO also sold all his shares. Square CEO and President Dorsey Jack sold all his Square shares to the tune of 24 million. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Netflix, okay. Roku. Great. Okay then. Huh. Okay, so I have a couple of plays in mind. I'm going to try and explain it to you guys. The first one here that I want to talk about is gold. I think that it might be a decent time to start picking up positions here for the upside. Not from the technical standpoint, but more from the fundamental standpoint. If you look at this from a technical standpoint, it doesn't make sense at all, actually. But it has been consolidating in this pattern for a while. This was the downtrend here. This downtrend kind of ended right here. I want to say, not really actually, like right here. And it's been consolidating in a sideways channel here, as you can see. And I wonder why it is not highlighting. There we go. As space comes down to the $160 level again, I would like to play this to the upside. It has spiked to this level twice now, to the 182.50 range, and I want to see it actually push up here. It is bearish for the time being, but I think that, you know, if it does, it's already selling off here pre-market, and you know, if it does, and if you see this on the Heiken Aishi candles, it makes more sense because we'll get the average of six candles. So if you look at the Heiken Aishi here, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about here. Two pretty nice resistances up here, and then two supports down here. You know, we've been trading in this trend, and you know, I see possibly if we can see the push up here, would be nice to take this to the upside to 180s. So perhaps a $180 call on gold might make some sense. Now, if gold does move up, that means that the dollar is going to move further down. And that might cause, you know, some instability in the market. I mean, I can't be sure, but gold is not the only safe haven that people go to buy when markets are turbulent. So I'm just calling this from gold's perspective, but rather not trying to correlate this with the market. I think it gets a little bit too much to correlate this movement with the market conditions. And then, since US equities are being a little finicky, I want to look at emerging markets. And if you look at JPEM here, JP Morgan ETF for return emerging markets equities. Not sure if you guys know about this ETF, but this ETF has been on a solid uptrend, and I think that it's going to continue to break out here and continue to go higher. You know, emerging markets can, you know, it's a hot pick right now, and this is not just for, this is not an ETF that just diversifies across China, okay? This is a different one. So you remember how KWEB was like one that I was telling you guys about? Well, JPEM is different. I'll show you what I mean. Oh, maybe I might have it downloaded here. Oh, I think I deleted it. Here, I'll show you guys right now. This this ETF has got quite a bit of stuff. Actually, we don't need to see all of them, but here's like the top 10. All right, here's the top 10. The first one's Taiwan Semiconductor. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of what's going on with the semiconductor market right now. There is a shortage of chips, namely chips from TSM and AMD, okay, in the market. Now, the reason for this is because majority of these companies, what they do, like AMD produces chips and TSM produces chips, but companies that require these chips, they design their interface and then they require their chips to run them. So there's a lot of outsourcing of chips to these these big companies, and it's obviously more cost effective to have two of these factories produce all the chips. But at the same time, what happens is when demand rises too quickly, then that creates a chokehold. And so that's what's happening right now with the semiconductor market. As I told you guys back in, when was this? December? Was it December or November? No. This was even far before that. Maybe in October. I told you guys we're in the start of a semiconductor boom bust cycle. Remember I told you guys we were here where we have a condition where new chips just got released. Do you guys, who remembers this from the live stream? We spoke about this months ago, right? I told you, in the semiconductor market, we are here right now. This is where new chips are released, right? And then what happens after new chips are released? There's a bum rush of people who want to buy all these chips. Who remembers this? Does anybody remember this from the live stream? Anybody in the chat? Do you guys remember it? I feel like I spoke about it. And let's see if anybody remembers it. I think you thought, yeah, exactly, yep, I'm talking about exactly that time, yep, Landon. So whatever we were talking about is now happening, okay, so remember how I told you guys, like for example, AMD, Ryzen releases their chips, and then other companies releases their chips, blah, 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 blah. What happens? Demand starts to spike, and then what happens? These companies who have produced chips, they specifically get into a supply problem, right? And what that does is raises the prices of chips very high, right? And then what happens? Because the demand for chips go high, supply is low, right? So what happens? The prices start to spike. Okay, chip prices start to spike, and this is when you can expect semiconductor pricing to go up actually, but not right now. There's usually like a lag, because why? Because there's a moment between where demand has to catch up with supply. Supply has to catch up with demand. This chips number of produced chips have to catch up with the demand, and then when AMD starts to or when TSM starts to really maximize its productivity, then they can clear that demand glut. Then they maximize profit taking in that segment. Okay, so right now we have a situation where supply is extremely low and demand is super high. Okay. And it's happening right now. I told you guys this was going to happen in November, and now it's happening, okay? What happens is then after that, we have a period of time when everything is balanced. Supply equals to demand. And then what these suppliers do is they start to overproduce. And then what happens? Supply goes more than demand. Prices start to fall, okay? So this is the boom-bust cycle of chips, okay? And this usually is I think it's a 2-year or it's a 2-year cycle, okay? And so we saw since November till now, that's a couple months already, and you can say by the end of this year, semiconductor companies will be red hot, okay? Red hot by the end of this year. So I say building positions in them is not a bad idea right now. So buying emerging markets, you get exposure to Taiwan semiconductors, and then you also get exposure to other companies, okay? So Vail is another one. Naspers, this is another one. Infosys. Reliance Industries, this is a huge company from India. Kuicho Moutai, this is a company that does alcoholic beverages in China. They do like your Chinese rice wine, and I don't know if you guys have ever had Baijio before, but this is what this company does. Sberbank Russia, this is a Russian bank. Those of you who remember me from OS will remember I've traded this company before successfully. And Russia is a undervalued economy right now in terms of how its currency is doing compared to also its infrastructure, compared to how its production with oil and natural gas is going. Everything in terms of its economy is still undervalued right now, because they're still a growing market, okay? And the fact that many countries don't want to do business with them readily, but if the price is low enough, they will. So Russia will take a higher weightage in this very soon. Then you have Ping An Insurance. This is also a very important company within China. These are all companies trading on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange as well. So those are just the top 10. But then if you look at this thing, it has exposure to a lot of emerging market economies. And so I think that this is a great one to buy in the foreseeable future. I think on the the dip to the 50 moving average here, it's not far off now. At 55, it's probably a price that I would want to purchase some of this, and this is actually optionable, so you can actually go and buy options on this. Okay, that's two of the things I'm looking at. So AMD is another one. AMD, as of yesterday, I actually called this one out onto the trading community that we are part of. So nice little gap on AMD here to fill. It hasn't yet filled it. It might attempt to do so in the near future. Let's see what happens. This market conditions are a little weird right now, but we'll see what happens. I have some $98 calls for next week, but I don't intend to hit it. I think I might lighten that position today if I don't see a run up, and we'll see how this goes. But I like this prospect to the upside. Perhaps it might bring some value, so we'll see. Facebook is consolidating in this wedge here. I'm not sure if you guys are aware. It's been consolidating here for a while, and it's ready to break out on either side. So watch this one closely. It could go either up or either down. Chances are, if Mark was selling his shares, the last time he started selling shares, you know what happened? Facebook dropped. So if it does drop, expect Facebook to go down to test the 250s here. And then if it rallies, it's going to go up to test the 280s. So those are the upside downside targets here with Facebook. Okay, and then what else? Baba, sitting nicely on this trend line here. If you wanted to buy Baba, this is a perfect time to get in. It could also reject here and fall back down below this channel for brief moments. And I think that's another one that you should look at. But if you don't really mind about buying shares and holding them for the long term, this is a great time to enter, in my opinion. It's on a steady uptrend, and this is a good little stopping point that you can get it while it's consolidating. Baidu also kind of consolidating here, waiting for the next wave up. I think it's a good time to perhaps get in. JD, this one's a great one as well. Nice uptrend. You can see that. Huya was up 19% yesterday on some crazy stuff. Not sure what it was, but crazy. And then Momo also uptrend. All, as you say, all Chinese stocks are up. If you look at KWeb, it's gone. Remember when I told you guys about KWeb? We were here. We came back down, we sold off, we bought up, and then we broke up into all-time high again. So from 94 to 102, and I think this is gonna possibly keep running. Look at this growth in KWeb since I spoke about it. We were down at the, when I first started talking about KWeb, we were down here. We were at the 75 levels. This is where we were. And I keep telling you guys, don't neglect Chinese stocks, because Chinese stocks are what are going to grow massively. And after that, we've gone up almost, I want to say, 20-30% from there. So, okay, I also read a report from Bank of America that summarized the credit card spending from January. And the credit card spending from January is an interesting one. So majority of people were spending actually on home improvement and construction works. Let me show you the excerpt right here. I actually posted on my Instagram stories. If you guys saw it, I'm not sure if you guys did. I'm going to try and find it. Give me a second. Here we go. So the month of January, check it out here. Card spending. Bank of America records down the card spending. Obviously, this is how they know what people are spending on, and then they take positions in those things, right? So first, highest spending growth was department stores, furniture, lodging, and then clothing. Department stores and furniture are the top two. And so you can already generate two trade ideas from these. Furniture, there's not many choices in America, okay? And as far as lodging, that one has quite a few. Clothing, once again, could be pretty diversified. Restaurant and bars, very diversified. But department stores and furniture are two very, very niche areas. And I'm pretty sure that you can make two and two to think of the trade ideas here. Anybody want to give it a shot? What are the top department stores in America, and then what are the top furniture stores in America? And they've been, you know, increasingly spending. The growth by the sector is increasing. They saw the biggest jump while airlines contracted. Yep. So you have your Lowe's and Home Depot for the furniture for sure. And then for department stores, you know, you have your Walmart, your Nordstrom's, Target, right? Those are going to be a few. So have a look at those. You know, and these are kind of dipping on the uptrend as well. Wait for them to come down a little bit, and then you can get in, right? Walmart also has been kind of trending upwards here, but consolidating. So this is your shot to take some of these positions to the upside on these cyclical names. These are just some of the ways you can use these. You can use data to formulate trade ideas. So never be a sheep and follow other people. Try to formulate your own trade ideas, and you'll be surprised at how basic and, you know, so how logical things can be sometimes. You know, so that's what I like to you know, empower you guys to do. You know, get the research and try to take these positions yourself based on your own analysis. You know, it's not that hard. It's not that difficult to form trade ideas. If Walmart's consolidating here and you have the opportunity to think that, you know, department stores have been seeing increased sales, take a stab at it, right? And so, yeah, you also have Costco, of course. Yep, that's another one has been selling off here. Good time to enter, right? On a nice little demand zone right here. This is another one to take to the upside, right? And then Home Depot, have a look at it. In a nice little uptrend, dipping on the uptrend, right? Also another good one to take on the uptrend, right? So there are many trade ideas here that you could formulate on your own sometimes, okay? Just be in charge of your own destiny, so you can't blame your stuff on people, you know? It's better to come up with your own trade idea and fail rather than worry about somebody else's trade idea. That's all I'm saying. Okay, great. Apart from that, Enphase Energy was another one I was looking at. Dipping on the uptrend. Broke above the ascending triangle and then has been consolidating. Might be a decent time to get in if the market can get its stuff together. I don't know what's going to happen these next few days, but the overall market trend is what is going to drive the economy right now, right? Not the economy, but the overall market trend is going to drive the climate on how stocks are going to move in the next few days. Okay. Etsy consolidating in a bull flag. This is another one. Yeah, lots of ideas. Lots of ideas, guys. Okay. So let's get the votes in for next week's ticker. How about that? What ticker should we do? I'll do ticker breakdowns in a second, right after we do the ticker of the week for next week. CGC. Okay, there's a request for a CGC. Everybody go ahead and vote for your ticker for next week. RCL, Whirlpool, Exxon. Okay. Azo. PDD, that's not bad. That's a good one. Whoa, damn. Hella loud. Airlines, QCOM. I feel like, did we do Qualcomm before? I'm not sure. PDD looks good actually. BLDP. Oh, this is a very specific one. 10 billion market cap. CSC. Oh, that's Cisco. Cisco's pretty slow moving though. Just had its earnings. Exxon. Okay. This one's crazy. Wow. You know how I feel about these kinds of stocks though. Don't know if we can come up with the trade idea. Okay, so far I see 2 CGCs, 2 PDDs. Those are the 2 so far. CGC and PDD. Canopy Growth. And PDD is a Chinese company. Walmart also. I feel like we've done Walmart before. Have we? I'm pretty sure we did. PDD. Okay, one more for PDD. One more for CGC. We're now tied at 3-3. How about we vote between PDD and CGC here? Guys, let's vote between PDD and CGC. Which one is it going to be? PDD. Wow, a lot of PDD. If we're doing CGC, I'm buying 50 calls today. Fair point, sir. Fair point. It seems like everything that we cover always rips. CGC, PDD. It seems like PDD is going to win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 PDD and 3 CGC. That's what I see. And there's 52 of you guys. Would you take a second hour of your day to smash the like button? That would be awesome. I truly appreciate it. 50 of y'all. 53 of y'all, actually. PDD, one more. Let's see. Okay, I guess we're gonna do PDD then. We'll do PDD for next week. Pinduoduo. That's the name of this one. Looking interesting. It's in a wedge pattern. We'll see if it can continue up. Consolidate up into this little triangle here, maybe. Looks like this is gonna now become the demand zone right here. And the supply zone is gonna be way up here. If we can get the breakout. Alright then. Just gonna do this real quick so that I can get it out of the way. I mean, it looks good on the uptrend. That's all. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, it does look, it really does look angry. It does. I agree with that. I think this could be at 230, you know, as a swing trade maybe. Consolidating above the resistance here looks pretty decent for the upside swing. As long as it can continue to grab some liquidity from this demand zone right here, I think it should be good. Maybe this demand zone needs to be extended just a little bit up here, actually. There we go. That looks better. That looks good. Okay, great. So that's going to be this. We'll move this and line this up nicely here. Okay, perfect. That's going to be the demand zone medium term. And there's going to be a medium-term supply zone right here. Perfect. That will be the target up there. We don't know if we'll get how soon we'll get there, but I see nice volume coming in. All right, awesome, awesome. Okay, let's do some of these ticker breakdowns here. Let's see. What was the first one? Len, I didn't catch what you said earlier. Baiju, most interesting alcoholic beverage one can ever have. Yes, absolutely. There's nothing more interesting than drinking 90% proof alcohol. Okay, QCOM for Kadiri. QCOM 150 calls for 416. It looks like it's kind of consolidating in its demand zone here. 150 calls, yeah, seems about right. Seems, yeah, I think you could hold that one for sure. T, thoughts on sell to open space 45 puts. 22.26, closed at $2.75 yesterday, but should be up even more with this pullback. Okay, so 45 puts. Are you bullish on space though? Are you that bullish on space? Let's say it opens up at $4 or $5, you'll get a cost basis of about $4 here. So you're gonna use $4,000 collateral to make $4, which is gonna be about a 10% return. If you're okay, if you're happy with the 10% return for a two-week hold, then yeah, sure, go ahead. I think I would usually accept about 10 to 15% return for a 2-week hold. Sure, makes sense. If you want it, then sure, but just be careful with this market conditions. No one can never guess what's about to happen. You know what I mean? So just be careful, okay? Okay. AAL $20 calls for $3.19. This one keeps getting pumped and dumped. Well, there was stimulus for airlines, right? There was the news that we read earlier. Stimulus for airlines. Maybe. This is a tough one. I mean, kind of on an uptrend, dipping, but yeah, maybe this might be a good spot. $20 for March 19th. I mean, I can't say no, but I can't say yes at this point. I feel like you should wait for the break above $17, $18 here, and then get in. This is where I would be like safe to play this up to 20. That's what I would recommend. Any more ticker breakdowns? And remember, guys, make sure that you go and grab your 2021 secular trends report. It's on the webpage that I've pinned in the chat. Go scroll down and you'll see it right here, the 2021 secular trends report. All you have to put is your name and your email address, and you can download it. It'll be sent to your email. Yeah. And also, for people who weren't here earlier, I was mentioning briefly that the next roll of enrollments are now open. If you missed the beginners course, we're now doing the fundamentals of trading course again. We've kind of renamed it, redesigned it, and everything's kind of new. So Wave 16 is going to be a little different. And so now that courses are going to start on March 8th. And very shortly we'll be announcing new stuff as well. So stay tuned for more announcements. More things are coming on the way. Any other specific breakdowns? You guys got to give me, tickers with the strikes and expiries. Also, guys, remember one thing. The market's going to be closed on Monday. The market's going to be closed on Monday. So PDD, we will be doing both the we'll do the valuation and the introduction to the stock with the technical analysis on Wednesday. So it'll be fundamental analysis on Wednesday together with the new ticker, all on Wednesday. So our live stream will be Wednesday and Friday next week. All right. So remember that. So Monday, since the market's closed, we won't be doing the live stream, and so we'll meet directly on Wednesday after that. TSM 150, 319 calls. I think this needs a pullback, but who am I to deny this breaking? The thing that I see about this one that makes me feel a little iffy is the volume is pretty low. You see how OBV peaked here, dropped, and then hasn't come back to the same level? That's what is not really very enticing here with TSM. 153.19 would have been possible if you had momentum, but I don't know. Maybe it's going to form a cup and handle here. I think there's more than likely going to be a cup and a handle before the move up. Disney 219, 200 strike. That's next week expiry. Possible. It's possible. There's been some volume buying, but then not a lot though. So I would be careful with this Disney one. Be very careful with it. QS March 19, $60 call. QS downtrend, doesn't look very good. No volume. Nah, don't recommend this one. But it could move up though. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's already up pre-market 14%. So this could move up abruptly. I don't know. But in my opinion, it's still on a downtrend. If it gets rejected by the 200 moving average again, it's still going to maintain its downtrend movement. So if it breaks above and consolidates above, then yeah, makes sense. I have a Baidu 320, 219. It's down pre-market right now. Thoughts? Yeah, that's a tight one. I mean, to be honest, I think I would hold it and see what happens today, and then decide if you want to lighten your position and maybe just swing like a couple of them over the weekend. I saw a lot of 320 calls being bought for next week anyway. Beyond March 5th, 190 calls. Beyond March 5th, 190 calls. Looks good, but low volume, but then it could run. Very low volume. Very low volume buying on Beyond. Be careful. I think your strike's a bit too... I mean, your expiry is okay. The strike's a bit too far for that specific expiry. Pinterest 219, $90 calls. This one surprisingly looks okay, but you got to be careful with whether you want to roll it over the weekend or not, because it's gonna be a tricky one. Like if you run this into next week, you're gonna get that theta burn, and so I'd say be cautious. I'd say decide today what you want to do with it. If it doesn't move up further today, then cut it today and rebuy it next week. So same analysis for you, Darrell, is the same thing with Pinterest. For both you and Darren, I feel like 90 is not far off from where you guys are, and I think it definitely has the capability to do that. But just wait today and see how this does. If it gets rejected here, if it gets rejected here and starts to make its way down to fill this gap, then I'd say cut it today. And then you can, always choose to rebuy it when it kind of starts to consolidate on the 50 moving average, which is going to come up eventually. And then you can re-enter somewhere, along the lines here. That's what I would do. I thought we shouldn't be buying a lot today with a lot of buyers sitting on their hands until next week. Hate buying with lack of volume across the board. Yep, I agree. I think that majority of you should be sitting and doing nothing today. Volatility is died down, as I mentioned before. When volatility dies down like this, then that means that a big move is coming. So the market is setting up for a big move. Whether it's to the downside or the upside, we don't know. But we just trade what the market conditions are on a daily basis. And with that, I want to say, have a great weekend. Happy Chinese New Year to all my friends once again. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday next week for Pinduoduo as the new ticker of the week. I'll put out a bunch of things on Instagram for you guys, so make sure you watch that space. Make sure you go get your secular report copy and give me some feedback on it. Will be awesome. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll be doing midterms on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday we'll be back here, so should be pretty good. So take care. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your extended holiday, and I'll see y'all back on Wednesday on the live stream. Have a good one, guys. Peace, and I love you all.